Hey guys, I wanted to try something a little bit different, so today you get to see my lovely face. I know. I even tried with Christmas lights straight up on my bookshelf, which is technically they've always been there because it's my Christmas tree because I have cats, but glossing over that. Today you can see we're in Edirann. Edirann is a neighborhood that I've been playing for about 7 years now. It started out as a Royal Kingdom challenge called Gallywood, and has just kind of taken on a life of its own. Its current incarnation, it is ruled by Arndt Blumenthal. He completely decimated the prior family that ruled Gallywood, called the Kentons. I mean, there's still some alive, but there was a revolution. He was a peasant who was sick of the status quo, and they took over, and they won. It was actually a Ross, which is a random occurrence scenario, and I had no idea how to do it, and I did have a lot of fun with it, but it was definitely a challenge. And once he won the war, the civil war that happened, he completely renamed the kingdom. He did not want the Kentons to have any sort of recognition anywhere. He wanted to be the founder of Edirann. And so that's what he kind of did. And I don't know for this current incarnation if we are going to start where we were or if we're going to play a little bit ahead of time. I'm really tempted to play with Salome, who is the oldest daughter, as a teenager, maybe 15, 16. Right now she's a toddler, and she's a younger sister, so she's between like 2 and 5-ish. So we could play with her like 15, 16. I do want to introduce fantasy elements, specifically dragons, since I lost my Viking hood when I updated to Ultimate Collection, which is also why this video is a day later than it was supposed to, because Ultimate Collection decided we weren't friends again and I had to mess with it. So yeah, we're going to set up the neighborhood today. I'm probably going to be staring over here because this is where my screen is at, but I had to get my microphone ahead of me. If you could see the setup, like, she's ridiculous, but it works, I think. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I picked a new terrain for this. Normally I use the Brill terrain, but for this terrain we're using Kelsworth? Yeah, sure. Kelswater, and I will link that down below. We are using the merchant one. I was very tempted by the Shire one, but we're not using that. I might use the Kingdom one later for a sub-hug, but right now we're using the merchant one. So yeah, let's hop right into it. I'm going to put my headphones on so I can actually hear the music. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, I do have a reference photo of what I was doing before. I want to set up the crown, so where the royal family will live. We are going to use Lotta Jester. I'm really nervous about it. I don't know why, because it worked last time so beautifully, but I'm trying to find a good spot to do it. I'm thinking here. I know it's not the center, but it has enough space to put multiple lots, and so we could build a really nice castle there. I do plan on downloading like the 1-tile lots and the 2-tile, like the really tiny, these, but teensier. But I haven't done that yet. So we need a throne room. I'm going to do one of these. I'm just going to call it throne. That is going to be a community lot, because it should be. For the royal family, I kind of want them off in this wing by themselves. So the royal apartments. I think this, and the royal apartments are going to be where Arndt and Bernique live. Because of the way noble houses, or royal houses work, technically their daughters shouldn't even be in the castle at all, but they're going to be. They will just be royal, they'll be in the nursery, and they will have Sims assigned to take care of them. And I'll make sure that they still know their parents, but realistically that's where they should be. And now we need to put in the apartments for the nobles. So this is going to be a noble apartment block. And this as well. And then we need to, whoops. We need to put in some servants' quarters. I kind of like putting them, because there's not going to be a ton of servants. The nobles are going to serve the royals mostly, but we still need people to cook and clean and that kind of thing. They're going to live there. I am going to put in a stable and a kennel. I'm just trying to decide on what size. I mean, the stable, I think this could actually be a combo, stable and kennel. And then this, we're gonna make more noble apartments. Those are gonna be probably lesser nobles. And then we're gonna surround all of this in fencing. So, up in the hills, I want there to be a mine and a quarry. So we'll put the quarry here. And we'll put the mine over here. And these lots are going to be run by, well, the mine is mostly going to be prisoners, because there are a lot of prisoners in this hood. Well, not a lot, there's like 8, but yeah, so that'll be run by mostly prisoners, but also serfs. In this neighborhood, there's not really peasants per se, like a peasant class where they're owned by nobility. Every peasant technically, quote unquote, belongs to the crown, and then the crown allows them to work on different noble lands. In Edirann City, which is this city here, which is a kind of coastal town, the peasants don't, like, they're not farmers. They work in shops, they run like the blacksmith shop and stuff, and they don't own it. They are working for Arndt, who does own it. But they can earn money and things like that. There will be a cap of how much money they're allowed to own. And it's very, very difficult, essentially, to buy your way out to being a merchant. It's probably near impossible. I feel like there will be some rules like so and so generations, or so many generations, then they can automatically be free, but that's the way it is. So yeah, we're gonna throw the prison here, and we're gonna put a watchtower right next to it. And I'll give the watchtowers fancy names. Okay, so prison, mine. I need to put in the nobles complex, which I think I will put here. So they're near the crown, but not quite. I kind of want this to almost be another castle, but we will see. I might do apartments, but I also want to do houses. Let's do houses. And these are like city houses. All nobles will have a family seat. It'll probably be one neighborhood with a lot of spread out things, and I'll make it look separate. But all nobles do have a family seat in addition to like having a townhouse or living in the castle as basically a servant to the royal family, because that's how it went. They served the royal family, and those were highly sought out positions, especially the groom of the stool, which, you guessed it, it is definitely the groom who dealt with their dirty business in the bathroom. Which is something that would be on Dirty Jobs now. I keep looking at this like this is a camera. It would be on Dirty Jobs now, but apparently like that was the thing. Alright. 5? Alright, we'll leave that for now. I'm not going to fill this completely. I just want to have a good jump start on it. This is going to be the main square where we have all of our shops. So, shop 1, and I will assign all of these as we go and kind of give you guys updates of, okay, this is this now. That is going to be one big lot. I did those before where it was like multiple things, and they'll be owned by Arndt just so that they are functional. Oh, whoops, I should have been shop 2. That's okay. You can be shop 2. Ah! No you can't. No you can't. You are not shop 2. I lied to shop 2 and now shop 2 is dead. Also, if you want a cat cameo, if there's going to be one, they'll be over at their bowls. But right now they're mad at me because my fat cat is on a diet again. And let's just say that there are some bitter feelings involved because I was vet shamed. Because he had to go get his shots, and they're like, oh my god, I did it again. And they're like, he's very large. I'm like, I know, we're working on that. And they're like, no, like, he is 10 pounds overweight. Which is a lot for a cat, because he should weigh 14 pounds, roughly, 14, 13, and he weighs 23.5. 0.5 or 0.7. And so I was vet shamed. Thankfully Richard weighs a decent weight for now, so I don't have to like worry about being vet shamed there. I'm sure he'll grow giant just to spite me. Shot 8. Why do I keep doing that? It's because I'm not paying attention. I do this constantly, even when I'm not recording. Trying to look over, by the way, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so that's going to be like our main shopping plaza. This all is going to probably be in one big like block of like walls, castle walls. And then outside the castle walls here is going to be another noble block, but these are going to be probably lesser nobles. I might do it here. I don't know exactly where I want to do that yet. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, and then I need, so we want, where's the main, okay, there's not technically a road outside, but let's pretend that this is gonna be, this is the exit, like there's a road here, so we want an inn, no, here, community lot. And we want a stable. Okay. I honestly think the brothel would be forced to be outside as well. See, now I'm trying to make everything a community lot. Brothel. Okay. Before I forget, I want to go ahead and put down the docks and the wharf. So let's do docks. There's going to be like a pier wharf, like fisherman's wharf kind of. That's where all of the goods will be sold. Wharf. And then I want, in addition, there will be where there's some land. Let's do it here. So this is where a lot of the fishermen will live. It'll be an apartment. It's going to be kind of slummy. And then we of course want another inn here. And 2. Which is on a hill, but I can work with that. Is this on a hill? Kind of. Okay. I can work with hills. And then there'll be a tavern next door. And then I need a big warehouse. I think that's on a hill too, isn't it? All on hills. Okay. For all the goods, basically. Oh, no. That was... We're gonna have to do some fixing of the terrain, clearly. Come here. Because I just broke it. Love when I do that. I'm real good at it. Oh, now I can't put that size below there. I'll fix that later. I'll probably flatten all that, to be honest. Okay, so we've got our main merchants area. Now we need to place the block where the merchants live. So I'm thinking, I want a big park here for the nobles. Just like the kind of place that they want to be seen at. Let's actually do a smaller one. Noble park. Because what I'm gonna do, I've just decided, is I'll do the fencing around and it'll cross here. It might go over here. It might cross here, actually. I like that better. So there'll be a square. So this little chunk, maybe that whole chunk, I don't know. And then this chunk, and then there'll be a line here. Yeah, that's going to be my castle. Okay, so where are my merchants going to live? Merchanty, merchanty, merchants. Trying to decide. I kind of wanted them here, but I think it makes more sense to have them over here. And I think Merchants Row is kind of gonna be a big, long, connected building. I think it's Amsterdam. Amsterdam, maybe. There's like it's a European city, and they're like all connected. I mean, a lot of European cities seem to have like these long, and they're all different. They're like row houses. So I want a merchant row like that. And then at the end is going to be a well, which is like a community lot, just like a little one, not a big one. And then we are going to have merchant 5, merchant 6. I know this is probably boring. Merchant 7, that's why I have the camera on, because I'm like, hey, at least you can see me and watch my nonsense. Hopefully I don't make weird faces, but if I do, you can be entertained, right? Okay. That's good. And now... I did want to have... Where did I throw the stable again? Over here? I want to have a kennel too. And this is where, like, dogs will be sold. Like, for the nobility. I'm gonna ban everybody else. But then, over here... Well, no, maybe that's kind of far. I want there to be, like, a place in the woods where they can, quote-unquote, find dogs. So we're gonna call it the Peasant Pet Store for now, but that's not... It's not gonna be like a pet store, it's gonna be like a place where you can find strays, you know? Alright, and then I need... Where's my hunter gonna go? I bet we can put a hunter over here and make it look. Hunting lodge. And then around him, these are where people are gonna go hunt. Because it's something that I've always liked doing, is having these community lots where the spawners are. So we'll have just the 2. And I'll put a ton of trees, so they won't be able to see it. Okay, so now we need to build the peasants area and the seedier side of town, which I'm putting here. This is where there'll be like a gambling hell and things like that. Or did I just put gambling? Like a fence. Actually, we will have another brothel here. We'll have maybe the nicer brothel. The other one is like outside of town and is probably like... They couldn't get into the nicer brothel because the nobles will visit this area as well. This is where they're going to go be naughty, basically. Speaking of things the nobles will want to do, in my game, I'm going to have what I call the fighting pits. They are not a negative thing. Like, it's all volunteers, nobody dies, it's just a way to keep their skills sharp. Every class can participate. They just call it the fighting pits, and that's what they do. So there's nothing negative about it, nothing bad, it's just, that's where you go. And actually, I feel like peasants almost could earn their freedom if they win so many fights, but I have not decided on it yet. So I'm gonna just plunk a couple more... I'm just gonna call it peasant shop. Like, I don't know what they're gonna be yet. Pea shop? Okay. We're gonna sell peas there, apparently. Peasant shop. Let's do a village green. Even if it's a shady place. Actually, let's do it over here. Because even if it's shady, like, they should have some nice things. And not all of it is shady. Like, I feel like this half is shadier, and this half where most people live is less sketchy. Because as with any class, there are classes within the class, so And I do want to try apartments again. I always have the worst luck with them, but we is gonna try. Oh yeah, that's the hunter. I don't want to go over there. So we're gonna build some slums. And then we're gonna build a peasant apartment block here, which will just be like 4 or 5 houses. I want to do a racetrack. I don't really want to do it in the peasant area though. I feel like I should put it by the fighting pits. Which, please don't come for me. This was a thing that happened. I don't like it, but it's a thing that still happens. They race horses. I'm not doing dogfighting, bull baiting, or any of that at all. Ever. So, there's gonna be horse racing, but we're just gonna pretend that they were always super duper nice to their horses and no one was ever mean, and yeah. Alright, where's a good... we want to put, like... we've got that. But I'd like a place for the merchants as well, like a park. So let's build a park. Alright, we're coming together, we're coming together. Slowly but surely. I want to look... because I'm also... sorry, I clicked away, but I also want to use this to build a lot of different lots for my build challenge. So, like, merchant house, peasant houses, nobles, etc. My political house will technically be the throne room. I do need to put some barracks in. That's what I haven't put in yet. I'm looking at the list now, so that's why if I'm clicking back and forth and the sound goes away for a minute, that's why. Also, hey, I can look at you. Alright, so blacksmith, I feel like they are going to be banished to here. Anything that's super duper smelly is going to be banished towards this area, and the blacksmith will live on top of their shop. Carpenter, they can live over here. Carpenter. And the carpenter, it's going to be case by case basis. What if they're more merchant or more peasants? I'll just decide. Potter. Potter will not live in theirs. I want a good mix. Tailor I want near the nobles. Because they're not going to want to travel very far. Let's be honest. And I will have the tailor live above their shop. Leather worker, banished. Faux show. Alchemist. I feel like an alchemist might be allowed in the city, but like over here in case something blows up. Right? I mean, they do some sketchy things sometimes. Actually, I want to give them a bigger lot because they're going to have like a garden. Well, eh. Alchemist. Alright, I built the stables already. Mage wear. I feel like the mage and the alchemist shouldn't get along. I don't know why, I just think that's funny. I almost feel like the mage should be in the castle. Oh, I built the tailor in the castle. Whoops. Okay, here. Boop. Tailor. Oh, they're right by the fighting pit. We'll put the tailor here. And we'll put the mage in the castle. Right? That makes sense to me. It's like the castle mage. Oops. Mage. Alright, spices and cloth. Spice merchant. Who's that? Park, okay. Where did I throw the tailor? Did I throw him over there? Where did I throw it? Oh, over here. Cloth merchant. I was gonna put the tailor by the cloth merchant, but yeah. It'll also be a community lot. Apprentice quarters. Okay, so this is an idea that I had. That essentially there's... once you hit, I'm gonna say 16, you have to go be an apprentice. And you have to be an apprentice until you turn 18. And apprentices kind of end up apprenticing anywhere. And the big thing is that apprentices come from every single class. There's no... everyone has to be an apprentice at some point. So there's one for girls, one for boys, and the reason why Arndt put this into place is because he was a peasant at one point. And so he does not want there to be resentment, and he wants them all to understand a day's hard work. So everyone goes to be an apprentice for 2 years, and then they go to their normal life. It also gives time to, like, figure out where they're gonna go. Their betrothals can be settled if they're, like, not engaged by that point. Most people will be engaged mid-teens, but they don't get married until 18. That's a solid rule. But yeah, everyone has to be an apprentice, and I feel like that's a really interesting thing that I've thrown in, because now I'm sad that I lost my Viking traveling noble family thing. I might still do it with the noble houses, but it's harder because most of my nobles will live here. But I might add a Viking subhood. I don't know yet. Okay, we're not going to do thrall quarters because we don't have thralls in this hood, but I'll just have the other apprentices one be that. Bookseller. You don't need a big lot. You're right next to the market. That's cute. Okay. We did the brothels. We've done inns. Temple. I want the temple to be by the apprentices. The apprentices don't work in the temple, but I want it there. And with the temple is going to be, it's kind of almost a little religious, but not complex. The convent, which is also the orphanage, and the children are the one who run the temple because there's like religious reason. It's not like a slave thing. They enjoy it. It's something that they do. Shrine. I need a shrine like in the boonies here. Oh no. Yeah? Oh my god. Oh, it's not even, that'll drive me nuts. How many tiles do I need to be even? No. Not 3. I need an uneven... Eh? I didn't want one that big though. How about this? Yes. Okay. So there's just a shrine out here that people can go to. Docks. We got the warehouse. Quarry. Hunter's camp. We got the mine. A mage school. Let's put that not by the alchemist. Where's my mage? The school is not going to be within the castle walls. Let's put the school... Let's put it here. It's not going to be very large. But people can learn magic. Alright, village well. I did a village green. I don't think I did a village well. No, I didn't. I did a tavern and I did my fighter pits. Cool! Alright guys, so this, for the time being, is going to be our neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and decorate. Let me know if you want to see me actually decorate it, like put in deco. It'll probably be the most frustrating thing for you guys to watch, so I would probably just speed through it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you think that maybe I could have organized it differently, what you think about the apprentices, or how I've set up peasants in this game. The nobles will have land that the peasants will be hired as retail workers to work, but yeah, they still are owned by the crown. And I think it's interesting and a little bit different. Let me know if you think I should add my Viking hood as like a sub-hood, because technically it's always been meant to be a neighbor of Edirann, so I could get away with it. I would have to rebuild the whole thing, but I at least have lots of pictures and video on how to do that. So let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely comment below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!